Hello everyone, Liane here. I hope you're doing well. Today is potentially a shorter video. It's really highlighting some of my favorite stationery items in the past month or so. I think stationery for me lately has been very streamlined and simple. But let's just begin with maybe the writing implements. There is a theme. The general theme is, let me bring this book out. It's The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. It was published originally in 1992. I got the 30th anniversary edition, so when was that? 2022, I think, was the 30th anniversary. Anyway, this is a book that I've had in my library for many, many years, and I'm finally getting to do this, and I'm so excited. But this is the book that really has bound, connects all of these items. And I'll tell you in just a second as to why, or I'll start to kind of talk and refer to the book as I talk about these pieces. Let's go to this one right now. This is my current favorite, absolute favorite when it comes to fountain pens. This is a Lamy 2000 in an extra fine nib. And it is a piston fill, as in you take this knob here, you screw and unscrew it to draw in ink, and when you screw it tight, then it gets its maximum fill, and then you start writing. I got this pen from the San Francisco Pen Show from Kristen. And we were actually at one of those after show dinners. We were just hanging out, and I was telling her how I wanted to get a Lamy 2000, and she's like, I have a Lamy 2000 that I wanted to sell. So we met in the hotel lobby, and I gave this a try, and I was smitten. So I am so happy. I've had this now for almost a year, liked it, but hadn't really used it much until recently. Maybe a week ago, where just by happenstance, the pen that I was writing with ran out of ink, and I happened to have this pen nearby. So I filled it with Lamy Blue, and I have to tell you that I am loving, absolutely loving this pen and ink combination. So let me just write it here. This is Leuchtturm. This is a Leuchtturm. What's the official name? Leuchtturm 1917. But this is, but why is it not there? That was weird. That was weird. Okay. The sound of it is sublime. Lamy 2000 extra fine nib. The ink. Lamy Blue. Oh, I love this pen so much. The reason why I love it is because I have been starting my morning pages. It is one of the two main exercises or practices that this book encourages you to do, where you set an alarm for maybe 30 minutes earlier than you normally wake up each day, and you commit to writing 3 full pages of your stream of consciousness. So really, it's whatever it is. Sometimes you think, I have nothing to write. So you write, I have nothing to write. Other times, she says it doesn't even matter what you write. You just have to commit to writing and not stop writing until you filled 3 pages. And when it comes to this pen in particular, why I love it so much is that I feel like it keeps up with my stream of consciousness speed of writing. For example, this is how I normally write when I'm writing quickly. And I feel like this pen really can keep up. It doesn't drag at all. It feels very nimble, very agile. And I was even just thinking to myself, it feels like I'm driving like a European sports car. It's got a lot of agility and horsepower in that when I really want to drive fast, this piece of engineering yeah, this pen really can keep up, and it could probably go faster, but I'm just so happy that it can stay with me and it keeps the pace as I just write and write and write my morning pages. So this is my favorite pen as of right now, the Lamy 2000. And I think the material, it's called Macrolon, but I'll have it on screen as well. Absolutely in love. The second runner up right now is and these are two of my most high-end pens in my collection. I don't normally write with these pens too often. I've kind of been very precious with these, but lately I have really committed to using my tools, using especially my nicer, more expensive tools with abandon and not be as precious about it. This is the Pilot Custom 823. And I believe the colorway is smoke. It's not amber, it is smoke, and it's slightly translucent. It's also a piston fill pen. No, it's not piston, it's vacuum, vac fill. But this one, I'm also in a blue state of mind, blue ink state of mind. This is inked with Pilot Iroshizuku Konpeki. And what I have noticed that I've been doing, that I've been preferring to do, is to match the ink brand with the pen brand. So this is a Pilot, and I have it inked with Konpeki. Pilot Custom. And I think this is in a fine. And I'll just do that again anyway. Now you can hear that this offers a little bit more feedback. It's a little bit scratchy, not in a bad way, and not in the bad sense at all. Just that audibly, you can hear that it offers a coarser kind of sound as it draws or writes along the page, which I really like. But for some reason right now, with the sort of speed writing that I'm doing with the morning pages, I've really enjoyed writing with the Lamy 2000. Do you hear that? It's a lot smoother, and it may not be as loud. It doesn't offer the sort of feedback that the Pilot Custom 823 offers. But right now, what I have been preferring has been the Lamy 2000. Okay. So prior to actually writing with the Lamy 2000, I was writing primarily with the Pilot Custom 823. And that leads me to these two pen holders. Like I mentioned before, I've been kind of in a simplified stationery spot, as in normally right now I'm only using these two pens, primarily this one right now when it comes to fountain pens. And so my holders of choice, the storage that I have, the storage solution has been these single pen holders and pen cases. This is by Hightide, and it's Grains de Sable, and it's like it's like vegan leather, and it has gold detailing, and I just really like how simple it is. And so I put my nice pen in here, and then I can throw this in the bag. But also, this is from not from Travelers, it's the Superior Labor, and it's in collaboration with Baum Kuchen, as you can see here with the stamp. There is also just the slightest little Baum Kuchen logo there as well. But it says, the Superior Labor, amazing things can happen when two elements come together. So as of late, before I did have my my Sailor Pro Gear Slim in here, but now currently it houses my Lamy 2000. And I will clip this to my tote bag. These days I am clipping it to my morning pages notebook here, just like so. Because every morning, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this with this book. And yeah, absolutely love it. And then that leads me to the notebooks that I've been using as of late. And it is all strictly Leuchtturm 1917 books. So as I have been writing my morning pages, it's now been day 7. I've noticed, well, first of all, I was figuring out what notebook could I use. Maybe I could use a brand new notebook, but I think there's something about this creative journey that I'm on. I really wanted to use and maybe use all of my notebooks well and to fill them to the very end. And so what I've been doing, and it started with this book, I decided before this was actually blank. The cover was blank, just like this. But when I decided to start my morning pages, I decided, and you can see that there is a theme here with some of my nicest things. I want to use them and incorporate them into my daily life and practice and use them well and not keep them stored in a storage case. I want to use them and I want to use them well. I think there's nothing that gives me greater satisfaction when it comes to stationery, especially watching other people's content on YouTube. Nothing gives me greater satisfaction than to see pens, nice pens, doesn't even have to be nice, but implements that people have loved so much that they have developed, a unique imprint, whether it's like with the black matte vanishing point, you see kind of the oil marks, the way that the pen has adopted, or it's really just, grown accustomed to the user's hand, so that there are almost like grip marks left by, the oils on that user's hands left on the pen, that I just think is just so beautiful. So that is my hope, that even with some of these nicer pens, I'm also at the stage with my fountain pen journey where I have come closer to what I really like to use. And so I think I've definitely slowed down on the pen acquisitions. These days, I'm really into really tending to and getting to know the tools that I already have. So that's a long explanation to say that I've decided to use all of my Traveler's Company stickers. So that's what I did. I was not precious with them. They started adorning everything. I don't think I have any more Coffee Journey. I don't think I have any more Starbucks Reserve Roastery stickers from Tokyo left. They're all used right now. These may look familiar to you, as in these are the little stickers that Leuchtturm likes to include in every one of their notebooks. And so I just started incorporating them, and I took one of these strips, or maybe it was 3 of them. I took 3 of these strips, snipped them to cover up some writing that I had done here previously. But yeah, so I really organically, intuitively slapped all these stickers, and I like how it turned out. All that to say, these are notes that I took the first time. My first entry was from 2019, September of 2019. And so it used to be a little bit like a bullet journal. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you this. This was my ideal week. At the time I was in grad school, and so I had everything color coded, but yeah, back then I was really into bullet journaling. So this was my bullet journal. It was like my commonplace notebook that I've had for 6 years. This was, a layout that I drew out to figure out where we could rearrange our bed, because our bed used to be right here, perpendicular, and it really bisected our room, but now, and currently, it actually is in this orientation, which is really nice. But yeah, that's what I use this notebook for. And for many, many years, since I started my channel, this was just sitting on my bookshelf until a week ago when I decided to start the morning pages. And this is what I did. I took a sheet, I took the next blank page. I grabbed a shopping paper bag, a grocery paper bag, cut out a piece, and turned it into a cover page. I'm going to obscure some of the writing that I've done so far in my morning pages. But I'm telling you, I'm using up all of my Travelers Company stickers. I'm using the transfer stickers. Is that what you call it, for the letters there? Also on this side, I just cut out kind of like a little brochure from one of my favorite bakeries, Salmonberry Goods. Used more stickers there. And then also, I've really been into, ever since I've been starting the morning pages, the words begin, again, and anew have been ringing very clearly for me. So as I'm doing the morning pages, I feel like the themes for me is to begin again, to begin anew. And you can make things new even with notebooks that I have had for years. So that's what's been really piquing my stationery interest these days. So that's Leuchtturm number 1. And then once I did that, then I went to town with this. This is the B6, I believe. And what I was doing here was I was transcribing Maya Angelou's Letter to My Daughter book. And I was just transcribing, and this is from 2022, from July of 2022. And it was fun for a season, and I haven't been transcribing much these days. And so then once I finished transcribing this book, I had how many more pages? I have maybe 15, 20 pages. But then after I decorated this notebook, I went to this and I just started using up my Superior Labor Company washi tape that I was saving for who knows what occasion. This is the, what do you call it? Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm forgetting the name, but these stickers are from Explorers Co. It's the company that Abby C talks about all the time. And so I did buy some of their stickers, and I think it's really fun. Yeah, and then on the next page, still, the washi tapes. Oh, and if you could see what is the stripes here, it's just some old paper that my kids had from elementary school, from primary school that I saved. And so then I just cut it out, and then I secured it with the washi tape. And this is the Superior Labor Company, the Superior Labor washi tape. And so you see it again, begin, again. And then I then just after that stuck one of my daughter's old bookmarks that she made when she was very young. And so now it's ready for a new life. So this is like a symbolic new chapter in this notebook. So as soon as I finish my morning pages in here, then I will continue here. But not only that, I have options, because then I decorated this Leuchtturm. This is an Explorers Co. sticker. Leads me to this stationery item. It's a Dymo Organizer Xpress. It's analog. There's nothing digital about this at all. It uses 3/8 of an inch tape, and I'm just using the tape that it came with. It's this black label, this black colorway. And this one, yet again, I was beginning to transcribe Charlotte's Web, and then I just stopped. I started it in April 2023. I only did one chapter, and then since then, for 2 years, it went blank. But here I am again. I'm using washi tape that I bought in my Tokyo trip to Starbucks Reserve Roastery. That's where I got this washi tape. These stickers are from, yet again, one of my stationery favorites. These are stickers from SaricaStudio. Compositions number 3, Journey. That was my puppy, if you heard her shaking. This is Compositions 4, Kindness. Compositions 1, Healing. And Compositions 2, Explore. I almost used up all of this. And then these are some of the other stickers that I got. I got some extras for some of the composition series, and then evergreen, pine cones. Oh, here, Ginny, I'll grab it for you. Here you go. I love everything about SaricaStudio. Their content, I love how they are so open and vulnerable. Love their focus and emphasis on mental health. And for me, being in the mental health profession, um, I love it even more that in their vulnerability and in their own specific journeys, and because of really them tending to themselves, you know, they were inspired to create these series of stickers on healing, on journeying, on kindness, exploration. And I think, oh gosh, especially when it comes to exploration, I'm not being precious with any of these items. I'm using them with abandon. And this is the other side. Yeah, so now here we go. New life again. And so I mean, I'm planning on making this my morning pages. So I'm going to finish that, and then I'm moving on to my soft cover basics. Then after that, I'll just start occupying this notebook. And then when I'm done, I will have this one as well. Now this one was all the lyrics that I was transcribing. I was copying from Billie Eilish and Mitski. These were 2 concerts that I attended with my daughter. It was so memorable. I loved it so much. And so then I was done. I had, let's see, I had what? I have this much left, right? I had written all the lyrics, and I tend to write only on the right side. As a right-handed writer, I do not like to write on the left side if I can help it. What I have done in the past is I will write on the right side, and once I reach the end, I actually turn it upside down, and then I proceed to write upside down on the right side of the page. But anyway, again, this was the last lyrics that I wrote in here was Everything I Wanted from Billie Eilish. This pen and ink combination was Bungo Box Sweet Potato Purple, and I had it inked in my TWSBI Mini in rose gold. Yeah, it was a beautiful ink. But this is what I did. This paper back here might look familiar to you. It's the chip bag for Chipotle. So I cut that out, and like I said, I'm using anything around me and using up all my stickers. These are stickers from SaricaStudio. The stamp is Trust the Process. And I got this stamp from Baum Kuchen. This washi tape, I've had it for years. I don't even know who the maker is, but I'm using it. And I love this sort of carefree playfulness that I'm incorporating as I create these title pages or these chapter pages. Yeah, so anyway, you'll see some B-roll here as I talk about the artist's way. So little Coco Studio and I, we are embarking on this 12-week journey, and we would love for you to join us. So this is an invitation. What Allison and I are going to do is we are committing to doing the morning pages every day, to do the weekly artist date. Those are some of the 2 major practices that Julia Cameron, the author, talks about. But not only that, this book is comprised of 12 chapters, 1 chapter for each week, where you have like prompts that Julia wants you to really pay attention to and do, like 10 prompts or 10 tasks. And so what Allison and I are going to do is we are going to meet once a week to discuss how we did, to reflect on each completed chapter or at the end of each week. We're going to record our conversation, and I think, excuse me, I think we're anticipating that some of what we share, we're going to be wise with what we share, but also we want to be vulnerable as well. So that content, we're not just going to leave and post just freely out there on YouTube, but what we will do is we want to, first of all, just kind of create a sense of containment for ourselves as we share our artist's way journey. So what we're going to do is you'll see in the description box below that we have created Patreon accounts. Now, there is no financial commitment whatsoever. It's free to join, and currently I don't have any sort of paid memberships or anything like that. But I do think that it is something that I've been really wanting to do at some point, to create a Patreon account. And it's free for you to join. All you have to do is just sign up and yeah, just join our communities. So what we're going to do is we're going to post a weekly video over the course of the 12 weeks. And Allison and I will take turns posting a video on our respective Patreon accounts. So you're going to have to join both of our Patreon accounts. Yeah, so we're gonna link each other's Patreon in the description below, and we're gonna be alternating where we post the videos each week. And why Patreon? We just wanted to keep things more private, have a contained, dedicated place for us to really document our progress instead of creating like a YouTube playlist. So it's also just a way, yeah, I think. And so I hope it also just becomes a landing page for other folks who want to join with us and are curious to see what it is like to embark on this artist's way journey. I myself have been curious for the longest time. I've wanted to do this for the longest time. So for those of you that have had your books, your Artist's Way books for years, this might be your invitation. This could be you know, the time for you to join us. And so I'm not familiar with Patreon at all, but I'm hoping that perhaps we can have a conversation there, that you can be able to chime in and leave comments as well as Alice and I talk about our experience. The other synchronicity is that Job's journal, another synchronicity is that Job's journal has embarked on an Artist's Way journey as well, and that they have posted their experience on Patreon. So anyway, knowing that, and I know that there's so many folks on YouTube as well who have documented their Artist's Way journeys, please join us. I'm really looking forward to talking about this and seeing what comes forth from this dedication and commitment to really following through. And like I said, this is going to be accessible for all. There's no fee, or there isn't anything that you need to pay. It's free to join. It's free for you to join and to engage with the content. So anyway, all right, well, there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. I was able to film this before the sun went down. I appreciate your journey. I appreciate you coming alongside me on this journey, and I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.